Welcome to the Mesa Chamber of Commerce Inside Business Podcast. My name is Sally Harrison, and I'm the CEO of the Mesa Chamber of Commerce. Today, we're in the University of Phoenix podcast studio, and joining me as today's guest is Jake Pinholster, the founding director of ASU at Mesa City Center and Associate Dean of Enterprise Design and Operation, among a bunch of other titles that I saw when I was looking at your email to me, and I'm like, I don't even know what title to go with today.
Yeah.
So, Jake, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I have more hats than a millinery.
I think you do. Yeah, but it's an exciting time. I can't talk. I'm so excited. We got to go to the groundbreaking last week, so I think we need to talk about Mesa City Center.
Great. That's all I talk about.
Yeah,
so
I bet it is.
Works.
Well, last week's groundbreaking was fun, and it was definitely different than some of our other groundbreakings and our ribbon cuttings and things that we do. Let's talk about the background of this project and how did this all get started?
Sure. I mean, I think the deep background, and the mayor and the president talked quite at length at the groundbreaking last week about it. It started off, I think, on the mayor's first week in the job.
Right.
He met with President Crow and said, we want to bring ASU to downtown Mesa, and President Crow, in standard President Crow fashion, was like, absolutely, let's do it, and we'll figure out the details later. And that's been a long process, and there's been some hiccups and false starts and bumps in the road as with any complex project. But the final sort of like the starting gun really happened last year, or mid last year, when the city council approved the funding and the site, and we've been hammering away on this building ever since, and building programs and trying to bring new things here. And we're now excited. There's almost exactly 2 years until it opens.
That is exciting. And it's literally a block and a half from us.
Yeah.
Even cooler, huh?
You will be able to see it from here.
Yes, we will. Well, what can we expect from the new building?
So this is going to be a really exciting space, both for students and for the Mesa community alike. It's going to be a top-of-the-line media production and emerging media technology center, but that's combined with a community space that includes amenities for the public and showcase and display spaces. So it's got two high-end movie theaters in the space, basically all 8K projection and Dolby Atmos sound focused, which will be serving the film students and post-production during the day and for lecture classes, but then open to the public at night for screenings and special events. Also set up for esports, lectures, and panels. It's got a 60-foot by 60-foot wide by 40-foot tall performance and installation and emerging media space called the Enhanced Immersion Studio, which will be able to model other worlds or see a performance or go and see a gallery exhibition. It's got a community space that's primary use is for community meetings and brainstorming sessions, an ideation studio that's built like the perfect space for brainstorming or starting a new venture. It's got a fabrication lab that will be open to the public. It's got a massive high-resolution 70-foot diagonal LED screen on the outside of the building that we can use for screening movies in the park, which will be next door. It's the whole. It'll have a cafe in it, which we're still trying to figure out who the actual provider for the cafe is, but we're hoping for a Mesa or at least East Valley local food provider.
That's awesome.
So the whole space is going to be activated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Okay, so this is off topic maybe a little bit from our questions, but is this like all stuff that you've been dreaming of for the last few years, or is this a combination of your dreams and others? I mean, I assume there's a team that's been working on this. Yeah,
it's a big team, and part of it is the city's and the city manager's office doing their work, and the team with Jeff McVeigh and the group there that works on downtown revitalization. Some of it's been based on community engagement workshops and our relationships with city organizations like Mesa Art Center and the Idea Museum. And some of it's just been what ASU's been dreaming of for a long time, particularly to support the film program, which is in relatively nice but still leased temporary space right now. So film really hasn't had a home since it was born in 2005. So having a suite of top-of-the-line sound stages and recording studios
that's exciting.
is like everybody's. Literally, some of the film faculty were at the groundbreaking last Friday. They were in tears. Aww. They were literally tearing up and thinking about how they're looking forward to having the space. And two of them are also they're Mesa residents, so they were
even better,
feeling like all sides were being met.
That's cool. I can imagine that you're not sleeping at night.
Not so much.
Just wake up, 10 minutes into your sleeping and you're like writing notes. We need this. I need to add this. I need to budget for this.
Yeah, particularly right now because I'm under the gun because we only have until April to submit all the new academic programs that are going into the building for approval because we have to have them ready for fall 21 on top of the architecture process and the community engagement. But we're really, I mean, part of that waking up in the middle of the night is excitement as much as stress.
Sure.
So I tell people my standard line these days is we've got 2 years till the building opens, but I already feel like I'm behind. So.
Well, you just mentioned academics, so talk about what kinds of academic programs will be in this space.
Sure. By far the largest academic program, especially in year one, will be the film and media production program. We have, I think, 750 or so students in that program right now or in various parts of that program. Wow. And so that'll be the bulk of the first year population. The other programs, though, I'm more excited about because it's new and I get to help make them.
Sure.
But there will be a suite of master's degree programs that are focused on emerging media technologies. There'll be a program that is partnered with the engineering college in building new technologies and programming. There'll be a program in content and storytelling, so people who know how to use these technologies to make new immersive experiences to tell and visualize new futures. And there'll be another program that's focused on understanding futures and doing research and doing scenario development so that we can help essentially use these technologies that are primarily used for entertainment at the moment to help societies, neighborhoods, corporations, industries imagine new futures. So we're really, one of the things that makes this program really unique is the ability not just to use these emerging media technologies for entertainment or for gee whiz type technology implementations, but actually to serve a real social good. So we can work with a neighborhood to help tell the story of their 20-year future, or we can work with the city of Mesa to look at alternative scenarios for different ways of looking at housing or transportation for 20 years out, or we can look at the future of the climate and think of all the different things that could happen in different scenarios over the next 100 years and model those all and make them experiential environments that people can actually feel and touch and see.
That's very cool.
Yeah, we're excited. It's going to be
2 years, though. Come on.
I know. I know. Trust me.
A long time from now.
Trust me. If I could have it be tomorrow, provided that also I would have done everything I needed to do between now and then, I would have it be tomorrow.
That's awesome, though. How are you going to engage with Downtown Mesa?
So we've already started to engage with Downtown Mesa in some pretty significant ways. So we've got several major recurring programs planned with the Mesa Arts Center. So cool. Emerge, which is our festival of arts in the future. The subtitle is Artists and Scientists Design the Future. There's our Emerge 2020 will happen in March. It'll happen on the Mesa Arts Center campus. It's going to be an incredible program that's focused on the future of food called Eating at the Edges. So we're going to have all sorts of different exploration.
I'm intrigued.
Yes. All sorts of exploration of the way food systems and food service and the nature of food will change over the next 10, 20, 50, 100 years, which is really exciting to us. I think that's a really fun and experiential thing for people to happen. We're going to be at Southwest Makerfest on February 15th, showing off VR experiences of the building. We've started some recurring programs with the Idea Museum. I just have hired, thankfully, finally, a program manager to work with me on community engagement, who is Johanna Richards, who is coming from Catholic Charities, who's been here for a long time, really involved in the community. So you're gonna see more and more of us around downtown and around Mesa in general.
That's great. Talk about what's next for ASU and Downtown Mesa.
Well, I will say if it was up to the mayor and the president, we'd already have a full campus here. We're a number of steps away from that. But the intergovernmental agreement that we signed with the city and was approved by the council last year has the additional sites that are set aside for new buildings after this one, provided we meet some certain benchmarks in terms of economic development and population of the building. But we're really excited to see what 7-8 years in the future looks like, where we have multiple buildings and we see a true new era in downtown housing and retail and economic development, in addition to student engagement, student retention, ways of engaging high school students and the youth. One of the things we're really excited about is engaging with Mesa Public Schools and developing programs and buildings that engage with youth in these new media technologies and engineering in the arts. And we think that that's going to be a real center of activity for us. We really want to make the things that ASU does in downtown Mesa a great place for the fusion of university and community, but also a great place for the fusion of engineering and technology, the arts and culture, all in the same space, which doesn't really happen a lot in the world, but
That's
is a
awesome.
really incredibly vital way of thinking about academic programs and the way they can interact with the
Very
world around it.
exciting. So what is the timeline? I mean, if everything goes as planned for the first phase, that first building's up, do you literally break ground on the second building after the first one's completed?
That would be nice.
Not that I'm pushing.
That would be nice. And it's not impossible. This university and this city are highly motivated and move quickly.
Yes.
I would say that the most likely was that we'll hit a 3-year benchmark that's written into the IGA, and then that probably will start a new process.
Okay.
So we're probably looking at 2025 or so before there's a second building in place. But I'm just being conservative with that estimate because Michael Crow is a force of nature. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of motivation. So if all goes like I think it'll go, we might see something earlier too.
That's awesome.
Don't hold me to it though. This is purely Jake Pinholster's opinion, not an official statement on behalf of Arizona State University.
Well, what else do you want to add? I mean, there's so much going on just in general with ASU. We love having Poly and Mesa. Obviously, we're excited about this new downtown campus, but what else? I mean, I've heard Dr. Crow in the last 2 months, 2 or 3 times now with, his vision, and it's pretty exciting when you hear him talk. What else is going on?
I think the one thing I would add for this particular audience, for the Chamber's audience, is we really want to engage with downtown in particular, but Mesa's larger community of business owners and entrepreneurs. Like this building that I'm responsible for, the ASU at Mesa City Center building, is not going to be the primary site for entrepreneurship and innovation in this new complex, but there is a site just to our north, the Innovation Studios building, which ASU and Jimmy Choi from ASU Entrepreneurship and Innovation will be deeply engaged in. And she and I are both working with the architecture team to renovate it. But that building, which is the renovated IT building, the historic library, will have an incredible center for helping new ventures get started, for helping people learn more about entrepreneurship and innovation and creative enterprise. So if there are business owners or would-be entrepreneurs out there that want to see how they can get engaged with Mesa or ASU in Mesa, particularly if you're in the technology fields or you're related to media production, we definitely want to talk to you, and they should reach out to me directly.
Awesome. So how would they reach out to you?
You can email me directly at jpinhols@asu.edu.
There you go. You heard it here first.
Excellent.
Anything else?
That's it.
Because there's a lot going on. Maybe we can meet again and have some updates.
I'm sure if we wanted to dial down a little further, I could spend the next hour and a half here, but I think that's probably a pretty good
Let's split
list.
it up so it's more than one podcast.
I'll come back.
Okay, that sounds good. We look forward to an update in the next few months about kind of where we're at and the progression, and if there's any additions or changes, anything people can start getting excited about. And I assume at some point there will be more information that we can get out, like through our social media too, for you.
Absolutely. There'll be new packages of information, new renderings that come out, new program updates.
Cool.
There should, somebody from the chamber should already be, there's a monthly newsletter that comes out from ASU's Central Communications Office about ASU and Mesa. It includes Polytechnic and downtown.
We probably need that.
I will make sure you get
that. Would be good. Yeah. I get a Dr. Crow newsletter, but it's not the specific one you're talking about.
Yeah, there is a Mesa specific one that would be good. Includes program updates for both Poly.
So everybody should be watching for that.
Great.
We'll share it. Jake, thanks for being here and joining us today on the Inside Business Podcast. You can find all of our episodes of the Inside Business Podcast at iTunes, Google Play, or your own favorite podcast website. You can also find them online at mesachamber.org. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally.